Everybody ready?
You.
I think we're ready as well. Here we go. Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator, and today we are featuring teams from St. Joseph and Hartford high schools. WSJM's Academic Challenge features a scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties. Academic Challenge sponsored here by Southwestern Michigan College, Lake Michigan College, Western Michigan University Southwest, and by Chemical Bank. So let's meet the teams to get started, and we'll start with St. Joe. Step up to the microphone and identify yourselves.
Trevor Greisinger.
Fangbo Yuan, Jr.
Patrick Fisher, sophomore.
Julia Spiegel, Junior.
And from Hartford,
Nicole Van, captain and senior.
Gabriela Barajas, senior.
Brittany Heflin, Senior. Morgan Sunblood, Senior.
thank you one and all. Who are the coaches, by the way? Your coach is from Hartford
Is Frederick Ward.
and from St. Joe,
Gary Adder.
Gary Eder. All right, then. Here are the basic rules for the first and second halves. We announce the value of each question before it's asked. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. I'll give you a warning if you don't do it the first time. Second time, I have to disallow your answer. No consultation allowed. That happens during the 60-second round. More on that later. I'll be your scorekeeper and co-judge along with our friend Bill Klein here, who will be asking the questions. And if everybody is ready, Bill, it is all yours.
So we start off with a math question for 15 points. Evaluate sine 60 degrees, cosecant 60 degrees, plus cosine 30 degrees, secant 30 degrees.
Morgan, Hartford.
2.
That is a correct answer for 15 points.
Go Morgan.
For 20 points, for 5 points, there are about 10 to 12th possible positions in checkers and 10 to the 42nd possible positions in chess. There are 10 to the 170th possible positions in what originally Asian game of strategy played.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Go.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 20 points, what locally founded clothing chain took its name from the city on the shore of Lake Winnebago in Wisconsin? Winnebago.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Oshkosh.
It's correct for 20 points. Oshkosh bagosh. 15 points. This deep-fried pastry horn filled with sweetened
Fungbo, St. Joe.
Cornucopia.
incorrect answer.
Finish
with
the question
sweetened
for
ricotta,
Hartford.
chocolate, and candied fruit is a specialty of Sicily. Name it.
Brittany, Hartford.
Cannoli.
That is a correct answer for 15 points. For 10 points, the protagonist of what 1992 novel set in Italy at the end of World War II is Hannah, a Canadian nurse who remains to take care of an unknown soldier dying from horrible burns.
Nicole, Hartford.
What is the English patient?
That's correct answer for 10 points. For 20 points, what solid compound will precipitate out when these ions are placed into a solution? Acetate, chlorate, hydroxide, nickel, sodium.
Nicole, Hartford.
What is nickel?
That's a correct answer for 20 points. A math question for 20 points. Find the limit as x approaches 100 of the fraction with numerator x minus 100 and with the denominator the quantity.
Fungbo, St. Joe.
0.
Incorrect answer.
Finish it.
Quantity square root of x, close quantity minus 10.
Hartford, you'll have 15 seconds. Nicole?
X minus 10 times the square root of x.
Incorrect. It's 20. For 5 points, December 7th, 1941 is a day that will live in infamy for Americans. So will December 8th, 1980 for rock fans throughout the world. On this date, what legend was slain?
Gabriella Hartford.
John Lennon.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 20 points, two men in the Bible, both noted for their trials and tribulations, cursed their own birthdays. One was known as the weeping prophet. The other was a paragon of patience. Name one of them.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Isaiah.
Incorrect answer.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Morgan.
Simon.
Jeremiah or Job. 5 points. As a young ruler, he tossed dogs from rooftops. Torture and executions were common throughout his reign. In 1570, he marched on Novgorod and killed thousands.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Ivan the Terrible.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 20 points, many motion pictures use animals, but the record holder for animals before a camera was 512 rhesus monkeys, 800 horses, 15 elephants, 17 fighting bulls, 950 burros, 4 ostriches, 1 cow, 2,488 American bison, 6 skunks, and 3,800 Rocky Mountain sheep. For what 1956 film was this astonishing menagerie assembled?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Dr. Doolittle.
Incorrect answer.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Animal Farm.
Good guess.
Well,
Around the World in 80 Days. For 5 points, how do you spell menagerie?
Fungbo, St. Joe.
Menagerie.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 20 points, in what 2 adjoining states are nearby towns named after Lewis and Clark? And what are the names of those towns? It's Lewiston, Ohio, Idaho, and Clarkston, Washington. A math question for 5 points. When Pauline went shopping, she bought 2 pounds of sugar, 3 1/4 pounds of ground beef, 2 2/3 pounds of cheese, and a 7/8 pound can of tomatoes. What was the total weight of her purchase?
And that is time.
8 19/24 pounds. For 5 points, what distinguishing quality would you have if you could be called a centenarian?
Trevor, St. Joe.
You live to be 100.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 points, how do you spell centenary?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Centenary. Centenary.
Incorrect.
Hartford.
It was centurion, not centenary.
Centenarian.
Centenarian.
Yeah.
20 points. Mrs. Allenby, in A Woman of No Importance, observed that when good Americans die, they go to Paris. Where in his reply did Lord Illingworth say that bad Americans went to?
Julia, St. Joe.
London.
Incorrect answer.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Venice.
America.
Oh, no.
For 15 points, the first refracting telescopes were manufactured in the early 17th century. In what country?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Switzerland.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Italy.
The Netherlands.
Oh.
For 15 points, who can come up with the 5 consecutive calendar months, the initials of which spell a man's name?
Nicole, Hartford.
July, August, September, October, November.
That is a correct answer for 15 points. For 5 points, every year since 1949, 3 roses and a half-empty bottle of cognac have been discovered on the Baltimore grave of what American mystery writer?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 points, I shall not be a candidate for re-election. Who said these words in March 1952, announcing that he would not run for the presidency in that year?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Eisenhower.
Incorrect answer.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Roosevelt.
Truman. For 15 points, what event in 1851 led to the population boom in Australia?
Nicole, Hartford.
The Ireland potato shortage.
Incorrect answer. Good guess.
St. Joe, 5 seconds. Trevor.
A gold strike.
That's a correct answer for 15 points. For 20 points, prophesizing the fall of Judah's traditional enemy, Edom, its shortest book of the Old Testament, with a single chapter of 21 verses. Name it.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Isaiah.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Morgan.
Malachi.
Obadiah. For 10 points.
This will be the final question of the first half.
For 10 points, this word has a number of meanings in science. It can mean hair-like. It refers to a cylindrical space of small bore or a tube containing such a space. Finally, it refers to the minute minute, thin-walled blood vessels linking the arteries and veins.
Fungbo, St. Joe.
Capillary.
That is a correct answer for 10 points.
And that, folks, wraps up the first half of today's academic challenge. We'll be back with the score in the 62nd round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest. All right.
You clear?
Yes.
Cool.
Are we clear? Clear!
Well, well, obviously we don't say clean. You'll explode if you start.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, but the Idaho potato shortage is the only thing I could think of. I know that was an influx to America.
Good penal colony. No one can survive.
Yeah.
Idaho potato.
I meant Ireland. Shut up.
Like, what did we?
I glad I didn't say Idaho on the air.
This is
Wait a
them.
minute, I'm missing one here. What happened to it?
Aren't you glad I don't say things like that on the air? I'm gonna like go give that man a hug. That was the first question.
Shout out to Harry Austin.
Yeah.
That was an entirely valid buzz.
I was thinking cake boss for that.
Yeah.
Stupid. Plus, that limit would be undefined. Yeah, that's the square root of 100 minus.
I just wanted to answer.
It's not 20.
You got it. Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Person in action.
That's why you should just
Here, half of them.
tomorrow.
One we didn't use the last one.
can always just blow up my mom and her leg. It's not like she can do anything. Right? She can't chase you down.
Geography. Oh, there it is.
We just need to win one of the tournaments. That's what I would like to do.
I'm telling you right now, I
What
better
are
be
the
there.
two that you have?
You know what's great about this? Is Dylan can listen to our match on Sunday. I'm gonna make him wake up early. He comes down on Friday. This airs on Sundays. Sunday
Never
morning
heard
and
it
Sunday night.
described kissing like a crescent.
I got asked if I cut my hair, like, no, I've been growing it out. What are you
They're
talking
like
about?
the
It is very
All right, everybody ready? Let's bring her back and get on with it.
There it is. I got it.
Knucklehead.
Jeez.
You don't need that?
No, I don't need that one. Go with that one. I read that one already.
So which one is it?
That one.
They
That
do
one.
look
All
kind
right.
of related.
Okay. Now we're ready. Thank.
Oh, a little drama is always good for the soul.
At the end of the first half, we've got a tight one. The score, Hartford 80, St. Joe 70. And we move on to the 62nd round. In teams, you'll have 3 categories to choose from. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 questions as you can. Each one's worth 10 points. There will be a 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with one another, but the answers must come from the team captain. After the minute is up, the opposing team will have a chance to answer any of the questions the first team could not answer. So St. Joe being down 10 points at this point, you have the first choice of these categories, and they are presidents, coins, and American novel.
American novel. No, we should do American novel. We'll do American novel. American novels.
American novel is what it is for St. Joe. The ticker begins, or the clock begins, as soon as Bill starts reading the questions. You've got 60 seconds.
The most frequent setting of John Steinbeck's novels is what state?
California.
Correct. Name the literary character whose ivory leg is made from the jawbone of a whale.
Ahab.
In which book is the Indian Uncas the hero?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Incorrect. What author was appointed U.S. ambassador to Spain in 1842?
Pass.
In Ira Levin's 1976 novel, Where Were the Boys From?
Pass.
The efforts to save a New Orleans hotel are told in what novel by Arthur Haley?
Roots.
Incorrect. Love Story is set at what university?
Harvard.
Correct. What is the name of the novelette by John Steinbeck that has Kino and his wife Joanna as the
The
main?
Pearl.
That's correct. What was the occupation of Jay Gatsby?
Trader.
Incorrect.
4 correct?
4. Yep.
For 40 points.
For 40 points. Okay.
All right, that means Hartford, you will now have a chance to answer the questions that St. Joe missed or passed on. And Bill, when you're ready. Hartford?
In which book is the Indian Uncas the hero?
The Last of the Mohicans.
Correct. What author was appointed U.S. ambassador to Spain in 1842?
Enrique Iglesias.
Washington Irving. In Ira Levin's 1976 novel, Where Were the Boys From?
Kokomo.
Brazil. The efforts to save a New Orleans hotel are told in what novel by Arthur Haley?
Hotel California.
Incorrect.
Eagles.
Hotel.
Oh, well then.
What was the occupation of Jay Gatsby?
Stockbroker.
Yep, that was in Wolf of Wall Street. He was a bootlegger in Jay Gatsby.
Doesn't matter. He's good looking.
One correct.
1 correct for 10 points for Hartford in that round. And we'll turn the tables then. Hartford, you will have your choice of the final 2 categories in the 60-second round, and they are presidents and coins. What do you like, ladies?
I guess we're gonna go with presidents.
It's going to be presidents. 60 seconds from the beginning of the questioning here from Bill Klein.
Okay, who was the president during each of the following events? First one, the Korean War began.
Nixon.
Incorrect. The Homestead Act was passed.
You can talk to me. Hoover.
Incorrect. The Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution.
Adams.
Incorrect. The Tennessee Valley Authority was established.
Pass.
The Treaty of Versailles was rejected by the U.S. Senate.
Roosevelt.
Incorrect. The Lewis and Clark expedition started.
Pass.
Texas was annexed by joint resolution of Congress.
Lincoln.
Incorrect.
I don't know any of
The
these.
Supreme Court ended segregation in the public schools.
Go ahead.
Oh, we can still answer?
Yep.
Nixon. I don't know any of these. I told you guys coins. I know coins.
Okay, 0.
Clean sweep there.
Clean sweep.
No points. St. Joe, you got a chance to answer a bunch of them here.
Okay,
Again,
you ready?
all coming from Trevor. Ready?
The Korean War began.
LBJ.
Truman. The Homestead Act was passed.
Lincoln.
That's correct. The Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution.
Washington.
That's correct. The Tennessee Valley Authority was established.
FDR.
That's correct. The Treaty of Versailles was rejected by the U.S. Senate.
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. The Lewis and Clark expedition started.
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. Texas was annexed by joint resolution of Congress.
Polk.
Tyler. The Supreme Court ended segregation in the public schools.
Johnson.
Eisenhower. 5.
Total of 5 for 50 points for St. Joe in that round. And that wraps up the 60-second round. We'll check the scores and conclude the game next here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest. Right there.
Should have done coins. Just saying. I have enough coins from foreign countries to get through that. Do you know?
It wouldn't help you.
Canada actually?
What was the coin one about?
Were we allowed
It's
to
all
know that?
about U.S. coins.
Like who's
Like
on
when
it?
they were minted or?
When, where.
Ooh.
Who would have known any of that?
Yeah.
I just pull out a handful of
I've
change
known
from
someone
my
That was the toughest category. Mine, right?
Did you know Canada actually made their bills waterproof, and the little leaf in the corner smells like maple syrup? It's a scratch and sniff. I'm not even kidding. My boyfriend's bringing me
Wow.
one from Canada because he goes to school up there.
They
And
have scratch and sniff money.
Plastic, but I didn't think that
Cool.
extra. I'm gonna go home and scratch my Canadian dollars now.
legit. Okay, I will have one next time that we are in the radio station. I will bring it. I promise.
All right, we will be smelling your money the next time you come back. So.
Mr. Krabs up in here.
All right,
Isn't it a movie, The Smell of Money? How was it called?
no substitutions, right? We're good.
Read the rest of
All
that.
right. All right, let's come back and let's get this thing done here tonight, shall we? Everybody ready? Here we go. The score at the end of the 60-second round is St. Joe 160, Hartford 90.
Ouch.
It's time now to find out what's happening at each of our participating schools. Nicole from Hartford, you want to start us off?
Sure. First off, I would like to start by thanking our generous sponsors and our hosts today for allowing us to be here to compete. Hartford academics right now are in full swing as our underclassmen are preparing for the Plan and ACT, which are scheduled to take place next week. Our Model United Nations group is now preparing for their last conference in Kalamazoo, and we leave the 18th. Good luck to, well, us. Also, I'd like to throw out a good luck to our Science Olympiad as they are preparing for their first meet. Along with our academics, our athletes are also hard at work preparing for and participating in state tournaments. Congratulations to our Bert Saldana for qualifying for the state wrestling championship. And congratulations to our girls basketball for winning the district opener. And at a recent home game, raising a considerable amount of money in the fight against lupus. And lastly, amidst the craziness, our entire Quiz Bowl team, along with the rest of the cast of Nonsense the Mega Musical, are hard at work preparing for the musical, which opens the weekend of March 28th.
Thank you, Nicole. And from St. Joe, Trevor?
Okay. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever. Our,
Depends on when you're
swim-
listening.
our swimming team is dominating. They're undefeated in dual meets, and they won the conference meet this weekend. Orchestra Festival is coming up in 2 weeks, so the band and orchestra are preparing for that. Science Olympiad, everyone is wrapping up their build events for the competition on Monday, or starting them. Construction is wrapping up at the high school, which is exciting. It seems like it's been a long time. The first robotics competition is coming up, and we have a fully functioning robot. We'd like to congratulate the winners of the Scholastic Art and Writing competition, including one of our own, Julia Spiegel, who got an honorable mention.
Very nice.
All of our juniors are preparing for the ACT and MME testing next week, so good luck to all of them. And the Foreign Language Computer Lab just opened, which is extremely exciting for us. And well wishes for Coach Eder, who was in an incident, and we hope that he's feeling better soon. And thanks to WSJM and all our sponsors for hosting this tournament.
Trevor, thank you kindly. There are no
Goes to Gary.
substitutions, so we can just proceed with the second half of today's academic challenge between St. Joe and Hartford. And Bill Klein, when you are ready.
For 20 points, England, as a minor part of Oceania, is given what rather demeaning two-word name in George Orwell's 1984?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Landing strip.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds.
Close. Airstrip 1. For 15 points, what legendary hall was destroyed by fire at the end of Wagner's opera Die Götterdämmerung?
Nicole, Hartford.
The Taj Mahal.
Incorrect.
St. Joe. Trevor.
The Vienna Opera House.
Valhalla.
Oh.
For 20 points, which word beginning with the letter T means both the four-dimensional equivalent of a cube and a wrinkle in time?
Trevor. St. Joe.
Tetrahedron.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds.
Well, I got to finish the question.
Oh,
In Madeline Engel's book of the same name.
Hartford. Nicole.
A tear.
Incorrect. Tesseract. For 15 points. Now a monument, the Alamo was once used as a mission by which religious order that built it around 17...
Fungbo, St. Joe.
Catholics.
Incorrect.
Hartford.
1722.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Protestants.
Franciscans. For 20 points, impresario Richard d'Orly Cartier was Gilbert and Sullivan's business partner and founded the opera company that led the world in staging their works from 1875 to 1982. What theater did d'Orly Cartier build for the performance of their operas?
Time.
The Savoy. For 5 points, name the term for the use of electronic communications to bully a person. Typically,
Patrick. St. Joe.
Cyberbullying.
that is the correct answer for 5 points. For 15 points, what self-described socialist says he'll consider running for president in 2016 as an independent? He's currently a senator from Vermont.
Trevor. St. Joe.
Vermin Supreme.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Time.
Bernie Sanders. Everybody forget that name.
I thought he played center field for the Yankees.
For 10 points, Israel may have found an unlikely ally in what Middle East monarchy that deeply opposes Iran and its nuclear program?
Trevor. St. Joe.
Qatar.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Time.
Saudi Arabia. For 15 points, an Associated Press investigation found the push for what fuel additive ended up wiping out millions of acres of conservation land?
Fungbo, St. Joe.
Lead.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
Tree sap.
Ethanol. For 5 points, to the dismay of airline officials, the FCC is proposing rule changes so that you would be allowed to use what device during a flight?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Cell phone.
That's correct for 5 points. For 15 points, at auction, his art fetches 6 figures. What British graffiti artist?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Banksy.
That's the correct answer for 15 points. For 10 points, what former president of Egypt stood trial for inciting?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Hosni Mubarak.
Incorrect. For inciting violence and murder?
Nicole, Hartford.
El-Sisi.
Mohammed Morsi. For 20 points, in November, Chris Christie was elected chairman of what national association?
Trevor, St. Joe.
The Association of Governors.
More specific.
The Association of New England Governors.
Incorrect answer.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
The Association of Midwestern Governors.
Incorrect. The Republican Governors Association.
Oh.
For 15 points, it's a wartime metaphor. The Senate Democrats' rule change on the filibuster is being referred to as what?
Nicole, Hartford.
As a guerrilla attack.
Incorrect.
St. Joe. Patrick.
Coup.
Nuclear option. For 5 points. What country's leaders are considering a deal to keep U.S. troops in their country for another decade?
Trevor. St. Joe.
South Korea.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds. Nicole.
It's Iran.
Afghanistan. In an effort to improve relations with Pakistan, the U.S. government recently announced that it would phase out the use of what in that country?
Patrick. St. Joe.
Drones.
That's correct answer for 10 points.
10 points.
10 points. Another 10 points. Which smallest of the Central American countries recently suffered a volcanic eruption which caused thousands of its citizens to flee their homes?
Trevor. St. Joe.
Honduras.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds.
Panama.
Brittany?
Oh, sorry. Panama.
El Salvador. For 10 points, what country's Islamist militants claimed credit for a bombing on a Mogadishu hotel, killing 11?
Trevor. St. Joe.
Somalia.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, near what bridge in New Jersey was a massive lane closure that many believe was politically motivated?
Trevor. St. Joe.
Hoboken Bridge.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds.
George Washington Bridge. For 10 points, what company plans to de-emphasize vending machine sales and concentrate on in-home systems that will serve coffee, soft drinks, and other beverages?
Patrick. St. Joe.
Keurig.
Incorrect.
Hartford, 5 seconds.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola from the sink. Isn't that great? For 5 points. In recent years, it was known for the highest quality TVs, music players, computers, and other high-tech devices. Now it expects to post a $1.1 billion loss this year.
Fungbo. St. Joe.
Panasonic.
Incorrect.
Nicole. Hartford.
Sony.
Sony is a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 points, the motion picture The Monuments Men is based on a true story about attempts to recover what's stolen by the Nazis during World War II.
Trevor. St. Joe.
Paintings.
That's a good answer. That's a correct answer. It's art.
For 5 points.
For 5 points. For 10 points, the creator of this gaming app, #1 in Apple and Android app stores.
Patrick. St. Joe.
Flappy Bird.
Correct.
That was correct?
That's a correct answer.
10.
Remember, for 10 points.
Apparently the question's irrelevant.
I guess. For 5 points, Clint Eastwood, age 83, saved a man's life who was choking during dinner at the Pebble Beach golf tournament when he performed what procedure?
Nicole. Hartford.
CPR.
Incorrect.
Fungbo. St. Joe.
Heimlich.
That's correct for 5 points. And this is my last question.
All right, well, the time is about up anyway, so.
For 10 points, Centers for Disease Control has found a positive link between drinking one 12-ounce can of soft drink a day and a significant increase in the risk of getting what disease?
Patrick. St. Joe.
Diabetes.
That is a correct answer.
For 10 points.
For 10 points.
That
It is diabetes or heart disease, either one.
does it. That's the end of today's academic challenge match. We will tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Too good to you.
Flappy Bird.
I wanted to finish the
Is
question.
that the next generation of Angry Bird?
It's horrible. The
It's
worst
like
game
Angry
ever.
Bird except you're the angry one.
You press and upper fly, and you have to fly through the pipes. It's horrible.
I'm still trying to get over the one with the frog.
It was designed by Satan. It was designed by
They were
Satan.
stuck on Frogger.
I'm
yeah.
still
Actually,
stuck
I'm
on
pretty
frog.
sure it was designed by an Asian man, and I don't think he was Satan. Just throw it
Actually,
out
he was
there.
a teenage boy and he couldn't handle it, and that's why
And
he
he
no
got
longer
death
controls
threats
it.
and that.
So basically, the people who were playing it were Satan.
So what's going on with Gary?
He he was like playing basketball with some kids at practice, and I guess he collided with someone and knocked him over. So
I hope he's
a little
better.
tumble.
All right, folks, let's wrap this up. We'll let you get on with the rest of your evening. Here we go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and to thank our sponsors and the winners by a score of 235 to 95, the team from St. Joe. How about a nice hand for St. Joe? Yay, hooray, congratulations.
Yay, Hartford.
Thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Southwestern Michigan College, Lake Michigan College, Western Michigan University Southwest, and by Chemical Bank. Next week, we begin the, March Madness, if you will. We'll start a tournament between all of our teams and wrap that up by the end of March. And we thank you all for joining us on Academic Challenge.
We'll play a little Flappy Bird.